So I'm gonna start on an angle with the last face frame foil. We're gonna work our way all the way until we get to the back. I think this technique is a fun and easy way to add dimension very quickly behind the chair while adding a ton of impact. So let's get started here. I'm going to take about a 1/2 inch section in that same diagonal slice. Clip that out of the way. In the meantime, I'm gonna have Audrey take a foil and put it on the Product Club's balayage board. I'm gonna take a 1/4 inch slice, tease, just about one time. Make sure we push that all away. Take the board and the foil. Something I like to do, slide that down with my comb, add a little bit of lightener to the bottom for a little bit of traction when I put it on. Put it here, down, and start painting. As I'm blending it up, I like to go against the grain just to add a little bit more light up to the peak right there. So there's going to be more dimension and depth through here and lighter through here. I'm going to make sure that my ends or wherever I need to lighten is going to be fully saturated. Remember, if it's fully saturated, it will fully lift. If it's not, it will expose more warmth and it won't lift as high. Going through here, there's a little bit more of a low light still in here. We're gonna take that out, paint that, and move on. We don't need to lighten the ends any more than they already are. Take the board out. Thank you. Now we're gonna fold over to the bottom of that peak. Fold one more time. And I always like to just fold one side over at least, just to lock it in there. Continue working our way backwards. 1/2 inch slice in the same diagonal slice section. And take a 1/4 inch slice off the top, which leaves some dimension, which we will go back later and add more of a low light to bring that down. Tease about 2 times. Take your foil and board. Put it right up to the top. And paint on up. We're painting in a diagonal slant. Okay? One way you can do it is paint all on and that exactly where you want it, and then just go up against to blend. Fold to the bottom of that point and fold again. Okay, a 1/4 inch off the top. This time, we're gonna tease 3 times. So what, if you've been noticing, the first one was 1 tease, second is 2, third is 3, so on and so forth, back to the back of the head. What that's going to do is push more hair as you move back up with the tease, dragging that out, creating that beautiful teardrop natural look. Remember, a lot of what we do behind the chair is something that you can look at a child on a beach. So think of their hair being put up in a ponytail and then being at the beach all day long. Then when they get home, their hair goes down. Most of this section right here on the back of the head is still dark, but it has a beautiful, light, natural ombre effect from the sun. So most of the things that we do behind the chair, we're trying to recreate what that looks like. Okay, so we just did 1 tease, 2. 3. 4. Okay, I will take that and, oops, sorry. Perfect. When teaching balayage, I always tell everyone to glue the lightener on where you want it to be at the bottom of the peak, right? Or the fully saturated area right through here. So I always go in right here and fully saturate, then glide up for blending. Fold, and move on. Now, the slicing that I'm doing right now on her is about a ½ inch sections, and then taking a quarter of an inch off the top. Now, that's because that's with her density. That's with her density. So if someone has finer hair, then you might want to do finer sections. If someone has thicker hair, then you might want to do thicker sections. So it's all depending on the person's density of their hair.